Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. We're presenting here today insights in terms of access to outreach nutrition services in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, based on a rapid assessment that we did in 5 states. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank teams at both Population Foundation of India and Development Solutions for their support in completion of this study. Our objectives primarily were to understand availability and access to community-based health and nutrition services, understand the challenges faced by frontline workers in provision of these services, and specific to the context of nutrition, understand how the shift in nutrition provision in terms of hot cooked meals at Anganwadi centers and schools to now the provision of THR has impacted households. The study, as I mentioned, was undertaken in 5 states. We used a mixed method comprising quantitative phone surveys, qualitative phone interactions, and a secondary review of government orders, advisories, and media articles. Uh, with the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown, systems for nutrition were essentially disrupted. And states have made several attempts to enable access, and there's been an evolution in the manner of provision. So, for the first couple of months, there was a significant focus in terms of ensuring take home rations and home delivery of food supplies. In some states, after this, there was efforts to provide at the Anganwadi ensuring distancing, and then there have been efforts at direct beneficiary transfers. However, despite all of these efforts, overall provision of nutrition support has been inconsistent. Food supplies have been inconsistent, beneficiary transfers have been inconsistent. Odisha has been an outlier where the initial mechanism of doorstep delivery that they started has been consistent, and across the month supplies have been consistent as well. These sort of changes and sort of evolution in the system has impacted both the frontline workers, the Anganwadi workers, as well as households. Now, coming to the Anganwadi workers, they are the ones primarily bearing the burden of this sort of shift or changes in nutrition provision systems. And they lack the kind of support that's needed for them to adapt to these systems. For one, there are inadequate, inconsistent supplies and delays. They don't have support in terms of transportation and delivery, and they are the ones facing the ire of the community if food supplies are not delivered. Secondly, they lack safety personal protective equipment. They have an excessive workload on them. And to add to all of this, there is a delay in their incentives. So, for instance, in Bihar, the Anganwadi workers told us that they were agitating and they haven't got their money since February. And all of these aspects is putting significant pressure on them, leading to low motivation, stress. In some states, they actually told us that we are just going because it's our duty, and many of them also said that they're not regularly anymore going to the Anganwadi centers. Coming to the household, there's implication in terms of consumption of food. The quantity of food and the number of times the food is consumed has gone up. Also, the sort of supply that's given, there's no longer assurance that it's only, it's being shared by all family members. The timing and regularity of food consumption has also changed. At Anganwadis and schools, women said the children are at least assured one good meal, which may not be the case right now. Um, Also, in households where there are working women, children may not actually get afternoon meals. Cash transfers are being used for overall household expenses. In Bihar, some said that they're using to procure alcohol. And in UP, quality of the THR was a concern. Coming to our recommendations and key takeaways, essentially whatever service delivery systems are in states at present need to be strengthened. There need to be consistent mechanisms of supply and cash transfer. Wherever feasible, Anganwadi services need to be resumed, ensuring precautions and safety measures. If feasible, till schools are open, you can consider providing hot cooked meals to children at Anganwadi centers. There needs to be support for resolution of issues of Anganwadi workers and other frontline workers. And finally, there needs to be greater research to understand food procurement and consumption within households, also to understand the implication of this sort of shift on households and Anganwadis more in detail. And before I close, I'd just like to take the opportunity to thank all of our respondents who, despite all of the constraints and pressures, took the time to respond to us and talk to us about their challenges. Thank you so much.